All right, how you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are you?
Really good, really good.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just kind of looking over your song, and I was like, man, sometimes it's just easier to be able to have this conversation than try and
Yeah,
type out
totally.
things, right?
totally.
All right, so the feedback that you got is they're not wrong. Like it's it's one of those genres. Like I'm helping out Kenneth with doing like a hybrid genre of like that Western hip hop kind of
Yeah,
thing, right? Yeah. And that's like another, you were the one who said that you did one like that, right?
I did
Yeah.
the hip hop Beastie Boys. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, it's a really tough thing to like
it
find that
is.
right balance, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
It's super hard to fall off that tightrope.
yeah.
So, so what I wanted to do, basically, I just wanted to hop on here and kind of like just talk about like the way that I think when I get a reference, like how I dissect it,
Okay.
and just see if that'll help. Let me see here. I'm gonna share. Let me see here. What do I want to do here?
Uh,
I'm gonna share my screen.
all right.
Do this and then that one.
So I took out the. I'm sitting at my daw now. So I took out the bell and the glockenspiel. Those what are two of the criticisms
Right. So
that.
yeah. So one of the things that I want to talk about, and I'm gonna kind of just like go back to basics on this. Uh,
That sounds good. Notes.
so
Okay.
what I kind of the first thing that I listen for when I'm listening for um I'll kind of like take in the overall vibe of what it's going for, and we kind of talked about that in those notes about how like it's a minor key and how like it's very
Yeah, stays on one chord for a while.
yeah, stays on one chord, and the percussion is very like machine perfect, so they
Mhm.
quantize everything, but it's got those organic sounds.
Yes.
The other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is the phrasing of it. So, and I want to kind of compare yours to theirs. So here's theirs.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
okay, so that's theirs. Is that da 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 da, right?
Uh-huh.
Da 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 da, and yours. You already know yours, but just kind of like being able to hear. So yours is a slightly longer phrase. Da 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 da
Hmm.
da 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 da.
Yeah,
Da.
right.
So the one thing that I'm noticing is that they're part of the whole thing that we're kind of going for is this kind of like machine tension kind of thing. There's
Yeah.
this like thinking brain, and it's kind of like that thing of like the theme of what they're talking about is something very complicated. It's like this pandemic and like how to solve this is very complicated.
Mhm.
There's a lot of tension in it.
Yep.
So the composer for this, they use their rhythmic interval is 16th notes. They're going 1 E a 2, 1 E a 2, 3 4, 1 E a 2, 3 4,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and yours is eighth notes. Yours is going 1 and 2 and 1 2 3
Uh,
4, 1 and 2 and. So it's a completely different rhythmic interval, and yours doesn't have as much tension in it. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
yours
Right.
almost has like a walking pace kind of comfort to it. One
Uh-huh.
and.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that's a big part of it because right from the very beginning of theirs, you kind of hear this kind of like very uneven little phrase that immediately sets you up for this like kind of like it automatically feels like there's like tension in it, This
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, just that kind of it doesn't have, it's not like super dark. It's not like they're setting you up for like a nightmare or anything, but
Right. Yeah.
there's
Yeah. Yeah.
like a
Quick.
yeah, very quick and kind of like it almost sounds like the
Uh,
rhythmic of it sounds like a heartbeat skipping.
yeah.
Not quite
Yeah.
like
Kind
a
of
boom boom boom
like.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um
Hmm.
so that's like the big thing. I think otherwise like generally, I think you've got the right soundscape. I know they talked about like getting rid of the Glocks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, Let me just keep listening to this for a second.
Okay.
Many who work in infectious disease knew a pandemic like this was coming.
If a really fast-moving respiratory pathogen came out, we wouldn't be able to hold those numbers down.
Could it be a coronavirus again? Certainly.
We didn't think it would be able to get into people. It didn't look like it was a clear and present danger. Unfortunate.
For a disease to become a pandemic,
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of the composer who who's the guy? I was actually just watching a video on him today. The guy that does all like the Tim Burton film scores.
Oh, Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman, right?
Danny Elfman.
Yeah, it kind of has
Yeah,
like
it does. Totally. Yeah.
yeah. So kind of maybe coming at it from that kind of thing. It's
That is
really
good.
yeah, it's really interesting. I'm going to go back to yours for a second here. So I think the big thing that I'm hearing difference in yours is that I don't think that you're using the pizzicato plucks in your strings. You're using just short bow hits, I think, because I'm hearing like it's not short like theirs is. Yours is more like a dong, and it's got like a tail to it. But
Okay.
but when you listen to this, like that
Mhm.
that sounds like very like it's plucked,
Mhm.
right? And I don't think that I hear any like bowed strings. I'm not hearing any kind of like wah 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 wah, kind of like
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, it was a pizzicato setting on the. What did I use? I think I used Contact, just their string library. I don't have a ton of string libraries.
yeah.
Yeah, but I used Contact, and it was a pizzicato setting, so it must have been both.
Yeah, yeah. I would just see if you can. Yeah, sometimes it's just as easy as like switching that setting over to pizzicato. Are you saying it doesn't have a pizzicato setting?
It does have a pizzicato setting. Yeah.
Okay, I would try that. I think that might get you closer there. Let me just listen again here.
Really fast-moving respiratory pathogen came out, we wouldn't be able to hold those numbers down.
Could it be a coronavirus again? Certainly.
We didn't think it would be able to get into people. It didn't look like it was a clear and present danger. Unfortunate.
for a disease
Yeah, and I think with those pizzicatos, like, I've said it before, but really making sure that you quantize those so that they're not, they're very like machine. It's going to be, that's a really interesting thing that they're doing is that those plucked strings are a very human sound. It's very like the thumb against the string sound, but they've quantized it like a machine. So it's like this perfect, like thinking brain kind of thing. I'm going to stop.
Pizzicato right there.
Oh, perfect.
See, that's what I use though. So maybe
it is.
I just have to. Yeah, that's what I have to. Maybe I have to dial it in and change. I don't know. Change like release or something. I don't know.
Go over to your effects. Maybe it's a reverb. Is the reverb really high on it?
Well, it's got the attack and the release.
That should be for your compression.
Um,
Over on the right-hand side of that plugin. On the right-hand side, I'm only seeing like the left. Yeah, like right there. The master effects.
Master effects.
Right there. Right where your mouse was. It's got the concert hall and it's got the amount on the right-hand side.
Oh, that right there.
Yep. Yeah, so turn off that yellow light. So just turn off the master effects altogether.
Okay.
And I think that should turn them off. Now play that, if you can solo it and play it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, That's
Still sounds low though.
Yeah, it does. It does not sound like that pluck. So
Wait, this is number 2. This is. Oh wait. No, that was That was not the right one. So that's number. Okay, I used 2 different pizzicatos on this. Let me see. This is number 1. Or 2. Huh. Okay. Number 6. Oh, action. Okay. 2. Let's see.
is
Hear
that
that?
yeah? It sounds,
This is what we did with it off. Huh?
I think it sounds a little bit closer.
Yeah. I was using action strings. I think I had the wrong
Those action strings are going to be like, aren't those like mainly like automated progressions, or do they let you just hit single samples? I guess they let you.
you can do single samples. Yeah, that's what I used on this piece for some reason. I don't even see that I was using. Oh wait, there's a. Okay, I was using it on the bottom track. I was using it for this one.
Yeah, that's closer. There you go. Now
Okay.
pull up that plugin. Whatever sound you're using for that.
That's what we just changed
Oh,
for the by turning off the yellow light.
okay.
That was the track that I used for that.
Okay, that gets a little bit closer. It still sounds like there's a little bit of like reverb. I would get that as dry as you can. Is what's at the very top there above that thing that says solo strings? I see another yellow light. Yeah, that one.
That's the triangle.
That's a triangle. I would say
Yeah.
I would turn off all those master effects and just make everything as dry as possible. That's kind of what the reference sounds like.
Okay. Yeah. Cello ensemble. Turn that off.
Yeah, just
I use that for the bassy. Just the hits.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
Glock. I stopped using Glock. Huh?
yeah. I was gonna say you may want to, if there's like those kind of like bigger hits, you may want to turn that back on. But I would just say, when I listen to this reference again, I'm gonna go back and share that again. Hold on. Actually, I'm just gonna share my computer audio. Let's see here.
To become a
He uses.
Many who work in infectious disease knew a pandemic like this was coming.
If a really fast-moving respiratory pathogen came out, we wouldn't be able to hold those numbers down.
Could it be a coronavirus again? Certainly.
We didn't think it would be able to get into people.
Yeah. Let me see what happens at the end here. Hold on. What? That's nothing.
Becoming the kind of pandemic we haven't seen in more than a century. And how does a pandemic like this end?
Yeah. Yeah, I would make those really dry. And if you're going to like add any reverb effects, I would just do those outside of the plugins. That way you aren't having to go through all those plugins and like track down what has the reverb. You can just like affect them all under one reverb plugin, like as if they were in one room.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just go back and listen to yours one more time, just a section of it. All right, and then one other.
So I'm gonna need to replace those, the Glock and the bells with something else. That's what they had mentioned, like putting in another piano or something.
Yeah.
That was your feedback.
Yeah. Did you ever end up using any of those Omnisphere sounds that I suggested?
Yeah, I used all of them. I used a bit of glitch you mentioned. the guitar, the oil can guitar. I use that. I can show you like right there. This is the oil can guitar.
Yeah, I thought,
Right, that's what the pizzicato. It's basically mimicking the pizzicato.
okay.
But so that's the oil can guitar.
Okay. Let me just listen back real quick here.
Okay.
At the beginning here.
Many who work in infectious disease knew a pandemic like this was coming.
If a really fast-moving respiratory pathogen came out, we wouldn't be able.
Oh, I want to go back.
Many who work in infectious disease knew a pandemic like this was coming.
If a really fast-moving respiratory pathogen came out, we.
Okay. I think that the other thing that kind of like helps create that tension is they've got multiple rhythmic devices being used in a single bar. They've got that 1E, a 2, 3 and 4 and 1E, a 2, 3 and 4 and. So there's kind of like this tension and release within the same bar. And,
Yeah.
And I'm
okay.
Like kind of go into yours for a second. I think you're kind of missing the tension part of it because you've got this theme happening throughout. Like that's your big theme is dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And I
think
think
it's got to be more rhythmic with the percussion.
Well, even just in your melodic theme, instead of it just like that to me sounds like the release part of it. I think you need like a tension part of that. So right now you've got the dun, dun, dun. I would have if to like steal theirs, like if you had a da dun da dun 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 da dun da dun dun.
With 16 notes.
Yeah, with the 16th note. So you had you had that kind of like really abrupt kind of like stuttery kind of thing at the beginning, and then you released it with your dun 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 dun.
Right.
Dun. That would be stealing their exact rhythmic phrasing, but something like that to really like make it sound like it's yeah, I think you said like arrhythmic, almost kind of like still fitting in within a pulse, like a 4/4 bar kind of thing, but I think that's going to help you kind of get that feeling of like this kind of illogical logic thing happening, this kind of yeah, that I think I'm just trying to like break down the elements of like this thinking brain music that they want. And I think it has a lot to do with this broken rhythm element that they have going.
Okay, so would that be yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a way of doing it. Like would it be, are you talking about something melodically to like what they're doing at the beginning, or more like the percussion underneath?
No,
or both.
No, I think it would be. It's mainly the theme, like
Okay.
going back to their main theme is
Wouldn't be able to hold.
Where is it at?
Many who work in infectious disease knew a pandemic like this was coming.
If a really fast.
So that section right there is all pizzicato strings. It sounds like it's all that and it might be two different string patches. It might be like a question and answer, but it's kind of in the back, so it's kind of tricky to hear. But yeah, I would do something like that, like whatever. I mean, again, I'm going to go back to yours really quick. I'm just trying to find the right sound. Like you kind of have it there with that little percussion stutter thing that just happens there at the end.
That's the rim.
Yeah.
That was a cellosaurus, so you actually recommended that one.
Okay. I think it needs to be. I would go with the pizzicato strings. Just steal that idea from them. So I would just have like the single plucked pizzicato strings and just change the rhythm so that it has like a bit of unevenness to it. Instead of it being like kind of predictable, make it something that's like got a 16th note element to it and then an 8th note element to it.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll definitely check that one out.
Yeah, I was trying to really break down, like, I feel like you're really close on this, but I think that's gonna get you there. Just focus on the pizzicato sounds and then focus on the rhythm, and I think you'll have something.
Great. Yeah. I was surprised I heard back from them so fast. I sent it in last night, and they got back to me today.
Yeah, I think that's a good
That'd
sign.
be-
It means that you're close.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I will keep working on it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool.
Great, you take time. Yeah. All right.
Well, I'll let you go. Thanks for hopping on like this. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the generous time.